Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel today. I hope you guys are all doing good. I'm back with another video, another transfer video. Thought we could have a few, some chats about the latest news. There has been some updates about the injuries, so I thought we could have a chat. I'll be on here for about maybe an hour today. So yeah, obviously big up to you guys that will be watching this. Big up to you guys that watched my show earlier today. It was great to chat with you all then. Apologies, I'm a few minutes late, but big up the chat, big up to all of you guys that will be watching my show today. I really appreciate it. Obviously, we'll be speaking a bit about SA too. There'll be a few things that I will be going through as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy my video today. Always good to see you guys here anyway. Always good to see some new people here in the chat. And yeah, if you're new guys, please do make sure you are subscribing to my channel as well. And yeah, I hope you all do enjoy my video today. But obviously I'm going to be speaking about a few different things today. As Arteta has spoken about some of the injuries, which I will be going into more depth about. I will be speaking about as well. So yeah, I hope you'll enjoy my video today. And yeah, I can't wait to get started. Got any questions, do send them through, guys. I'm more than happy to answer them as well. And I'm happy to go through any questions you guys have for me today. But yeah, big up all of you guys that are in the chat in here today watching my show. I will be answering questions that you want me to answer. But yeah, Eze. So let's talk about Eze because it has been a very frustrating situation, not knowing really what's happening. At this moment, it does seem as though, regarding his future, Arsenal are still well placed to sign Eze from Crystal Palace. Reports talks of taking Palace between the clubs. The first payment has already been agreed apparently. So I think, to be honest with you, if we are going to get Eze, we do need to get him sooner than later, because I did hear that release clause will expire in 14 days. So this needs to happen soon. We need to just get on with it and bring him to Arsenal. So I am hoping that we are going to hear some more news as well about this. I know we've just beaten, we played Spurs today, which we lost, but I'm hoping this is going to push us to get Eze even more, because we absolutely know we need him at Arsenal. Big up Connell, good to see you here. Always good to see you here in the chat. Big up the chat. Big up to all of you that are here. Big up Sophie. Big up Sophie. Thank you, Aldi. Big up yourself. Always good to see you here. So yeah, with Eze, it does seem as though we're still there. That I wouldn't say we're favourites, but we've still got in a great chance. About Eze, I mean, Fabrizio did say after all the signings for Arsenal, it's now going to be important to offload and sell some players. Now it's going to be the time to create some space financially. But the top target is Eze. He's considered a perfect player to add into the team. So yeah, it's really tough to know what we're actually going to do about Eze, to be honest with you. I mean, when I've been watching us today, I think we need quite a few more players. I think Eze is the player that we want. Eze would be the icing on the cake for me. But yeah, I think it would be nice to see us bring in another player. But I'm not completely satisfied with who we have at the moment. So yeah, let's just see, guys, what happens. But Eze isn't off the cards. Eze could definitely happen. It's still an option. For Arsenal, if Arsenal want to be serious, we need to sign Eze and a new left winger. Eze alone won't be enough for our squad. Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think Eze is going to be a great addition, but I think today probably showed us that we need to make a lot of changes in the team, to be honest with you. Like, I do think that Martinelli was very poor today. I thought Havertz was poor, and I mean, it's pre-season. I'd rather you be poor now than be poor when the season starts, but I do have my doubts about some of these players at Arsenal, about how they're going to be in the season when the season starts. Like, because if this keeps going, we're just not going to do good. So yeah, I think we need to make a lot of changes next season from today. But I think Eze and a winger is needed. After watching today's game, it shows we need to make sure we add a winger. Yeah, the left-hand side is definitely a weakness. It's something that we're really struggling with, isn't it? I mean, Trossard came on. I know Trossard was injured in the end, but Trossard did come on. He gave us a bit of life in the game. He gave us a bit of energy, and that is exactly what we need. So I'm really hoping that this is something that we're going to see more of these players. I mean, Max Darling brings the energy as well, so I'm hoping we're going to see some more of these players get these chances that they deserve. So yeah, it's really tough to, today wasn't great at all, was it? I am going to share my screen as well, guys. I do want to have a look about what Arteta has said, because he's obviously spoke about injuries as well. I will share my screen in a minute, guys. I will share my screen. I want to obviously discuss what has been said. So yeah, I'm gonna share my screen, guys. Obviously big up to the chat. I will answer any questions you guys want to ask me straight after. But yeah, I'll quickly answer this and I'll share my screen, answer more of your questions. Do you think there's been any progress in Arsenal's strategy in this pre-season? I feel like we've been playing with the same shape and tactics for the last 2 seasons. We've become very predictable. I think if I'm being honest, if you look at this game, this is a very much a performance from last season. I do worry. I wouldn't say that I'm like really concerned. Like I wouldn't say it's a crisis, but I do think that I do have my worries. I think we need to be ruthless. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I was Arteta, I would do anything I could to keep Trossard. I would be Martinelli on, to be honest with you, because today, yeah, he had a few good moments in front of goal. He had one good moment, and then we missed. But I just think, as we've all been saying this, like some of you guys have said this as well, but the left-hand side is our weakness. It's predictable, and I just think we're doing a lot of work on the left, and on the right we just look predictable. So I do really think the left-hand side needs a lot of care, a lot of improvements in that area. So I do have my doubts about that position for us. So I hope that is something that we're going to have to improve on, because we're not looking good there. We really aren't looking good there. And I am worried. I'm going to obviously share my screen, guys. I want to speak about what Teta has said regarding the press conference. I will share my screen. There's going to be a lot of words that I hate on Twitter, but I want to just find out what Arteta has said in the press conference, because I think fans are really outraged by the performance today. I mean, it is pre-season. I get people aren't going to be happy, but we need to just remember that it's a pre-season game. It is annoying, and I do have my worries. Because I'm going to share my screen. I want to just I'm going to go on Twitter and share stuff. Obviously, guys, send any questions you have, and I'm going to answer it in a minute. I just thought we could see what's been going on, really, with Arteta and what he said. I'm going to share my screen now, guys. So yeah, basically, big up. I'm going to just read here what Arteta has had to say. So, on the tour overall, Arteta was full of praise for Arsenal's welcome in Asia. It's been incredible to support the culture, the love. It shows how big this football club is. He said on the tour he achieved 2 goals, progression, preparation, connecting with fans globally. I will agree with you. I do think we have that great connection with fans globally. I can't deny that at all. I do agree with that. I think that's something you can really say about Arsenal, that we do have those fans globally, and we do really well with that. So I do completely agree. I do agree with Arteta there. Also, he said, on the Spurs defeat, we didn't get the result, but the attitude, desire, organisation were all there. He admitted that Arsenal missed sharpness in key moments, the difference between winning and losing at this level. Obviously, the fitness of some players, Gabriel, Calafiori and Timber, are expected to be ready for the Premier League opening game against United. Kepa, slight knock, would have played if it was a league match. Trossard picked up a muscle tweak after being pushed. Mid-term will be assessed. So I hope Trossard isn't serious, because I'd be really disappointed, and I'd be real shame if it was, because we knew what a great player he is in the team. On new signings, he said, happy to have them here. Gokras and Masquera will bring energy and quality. Though the minutes were limited for Spurs, expect more involvement first Villarreal, which is our next game coming up. He did speak about quite a bit, but obviously big up to you guys that are watching this. I will obviously come back and answer any questions. So yeah, Mike Stanley, he said, really impressive, determined, decisive, fearless. He's made a lot of people proud. Another big showing from the academy on this tour. On intensity in Singapore and Hong Kong, he said, very competitive, especially Newcastle. We gathered a lot of good information, both individually and collectively, and the manager was clearly satisfied with how the club had been tested. On long-term goals, he said, no long-term is now. We've already spoken in the dressing room. We recover, prepare and go again. Arteta's focus is sharp, team are friendlies before the Old Trafford game, first game of the season. On the fans in Asia, he said, we saw thousands outside the hotel who've waited for this moment. he hopes they feel proud of players and promises see you soon. The final word, Arteta sounded upbeat despite the defeat. He believes Arsenal are ahead of schedule in pre-season. There's now full belief in his players heading into the final stretch of preparation. So obviously with that, I think I do agree. I mean, I think our performance was just not great at all. I think, as he's mentioned before, we needed to look more sharp in our attack, which is something that we haven't really been looking. So I do really hope this is something that we can improve on. So yeah, I'll look at Eze. I'll see on Twitter if there's any updates about that. Obviously I did tell you guys it does seem quite likely. It could happen. So let's have a look here. This was 30. Ezzy's release clause expires tomorrow. Obviously, you're here. I don't know how true this is. This account is actually being suspended, so I take some of these with a pinch of salt. But it says Burton immediately got on the phone to Eze's agent after today's match. Eze only wants Arsenal. Yeah, I think Eze needs to come to Arsenal, to be fair. I'm just going to come back to you guys now and answer some questions. But yeah, I think, yeah, it's not been the best game. I do agree with what you said. I think the sharpness is something that has been missing and something that a part of our game really needs. So I do really hope that that is something that we're going to see. But yeah, I can't argue, but I think we just need to be ready as best as we can for the Spurs game, the United away game, because that's what matters the most. Do you miss players like Walcott at Arsenal? It feels sad now they have two wingers with the worst take on the stats in the Premier League. Our winger always struggles to beat defenders. There's a lot of players I miss, to be honest with you. I do have like a lot of questions, like, because I think Arteta will tell these players to play a certain way, and I just think you should let them play freely sometimes and let them enjoy the football. So I do worry if that side is not there as much anymore. But yeah, there's a lot of players I miss, to be honest with you. Walcott was a great player. I think Giroud was great. There's so many players I miss now that I would have back in a heartbeat. I mean, Sanchez is the one I'd have back in a heartbeat. But yeah, I just think that it's not really going great at the moment. I mean, the Newcastle game, we had some great moments. I'll be honest with you. I thought Mourinho was quite good in that game, but I think overall we've not had sort of the best performances at the moment. And I think performances are important at the end of the day. Can't argue this at the moment. I've had another Martinelli. It's just so frustrating, this whole situation, isn't it? It's just like, I just don't know what to say at this point. I'm just so tired of this situation. I just hope it will improve, because he's not been good at all. He's not been great, has he? So I think there's going to be a lot of questions on him, to be honest with you. And yeah, I'm a bit tired of him as well. Post Spurs game, what do you see missing the team? Just think sharpness or end product. It's just the same old stuff, really. It's yeah, nothing else I can say. I'm over it. It's the same old stuff that we've seen last season, really. Our final third is just our weakness. I mean, to be honest with you, obviously Spurs today were playing quite defensive, and we struggle against these low block teams, but I do really think that we should be doing better in these moments, and we should be scoring a lot more. So yeah, I do feel quite disappointed with today and how it went for us. But yeah, I do hope that we're going to do a lot better in these games going forward, because today just wasn't good enough for me at all. So yeah, I do still feel quite disappointed with today. Yeah, like I said, to answer your question, just like the sharpness of the game, just how we played, it's just really frustrating. So I'm hoping that can be a part of the game which we will improve on. I think overall performance wasn't too bad, but we just weren't good enough and almost no improvement from last season. The mistakes from Raya and Skelly were silly. I just think it's pre-season, but we have a lot to improve on. So yeah, if we do have a lot to go, we've got a lot of improvements to be made, and I do have my worries about that, to be honest with you. So let's just hope that things are going to get better for us from here. But yeah, we're gonna have to see, guys. It's not been great today at all, has it? But it's not, like I said, it's not the end of the world, but I think these games tell you what we need to improve on. So, like, I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to let it ruin my day, but I do think there's things that we're going to take away from this game, and we might question next season, like our look unpredictable in the attack, Martinelli on the wing doing the same stuff he does, Havertz not doing enough for me. So these things we're going to look at next season and probably think we're not surprised that. I did understand Arteta didn't want to play Gokres for a long time. He's not had a lot of training session. I do get that. So I hope in the next game we're going to see a lot more of him. I don't want to sound reactionary, but I think it might be time to sell Martinelli. If we're going to sell one of Trossard or Martinelli, I'd rather sell Martinelli. He's got more value than Trossard. Yeah, I think I've said that many times. If we're going to sell someone out of them two, maybe to get another player, I would rather sell Martinelli. There's a few reasons why. I just think that Trossard for me is more impactful when he comes on. So if you've got whoever we have on the wing, I just prefer him, to be honest with you. I think he brings a lot of energy in the team, and I just don't think Martinelli does that for us. So yeah, I do think that there's obviously lots of things to say about Martinelli, but he's a good player, just not what we need right now. We need players that we can rely on, and I'm not sure we can rely on him. So yeah, we're gonna have to see how this goes going forward. Obviously, we could get a big chunk of money for Martinelli. Like maybe we're looking at 40 million for Martinelli. So that is something that I do hope can happen for us. So we're gonna have to see what will happen with that. But yeah, Martinelli we would get quite a bit of money, and I don't think that you'd be reactionary, Connell. I think a lot of us are thinking this ourselves. I'm getting a bit fed up at the moment, to be honest with you, with this whole situation. Let me just read out your comments. Big up to the chat. I'm just going to go through your questions or your thoughts at the moment. At least at Arsenal have Kepa. Yeah, I think Raya can have his moments too, but I think Raya generally is a good keeper, and I hope he can learn from that mistake because that was pretty bad. I feel like Martinelli isn't as free as he used to be. He doesn't play with flow anymore. He's no longer there to cut inside. All he does now is stay on the left before 90 minutes. I do wonder, does Arteta tell him to stay there? It's really weird because I just don't know what Arteta tells him. I don't think he would tell him to do that. I think he's his own person at the end of the day. He can do what he wants when he's playing football, but I just think that I do agree with you. I think he used to be a lot more free out there. He used to enjoy his football, and you're not seeing that as much now, which is a real shame. So I'm really hoping this is something that we'll get over because he is a good player, but I do think we should move him on, if I'm being honest. Big up James. Hi, so just going to catch up now. Big up James. Good to see you in the chat. I hope you're well. Big up Ron. Arsenal are stuck between a rock and a hard place. Modern day superstars are not going to come to Arsenal if continue not winning. Careers are short, and why gamble if there's a little chance of medals? Yeah, I think it is tough. I mean, I think for me, we need to make a lot of changes before next season, and we don't have long, really, do we? So I think we need to make sure that we're just bringing the right players because, as you said, we're going to have a similar season to what we've had where we don't win stuff and it's the same sort of repetitive cycle. So I think for me, we just have to make sure that we do that for next season. But I do agree. I think, in your career, you want to win stuff, and I never blame players wanting to leave and go on and win silverware and do really well. But I think for us, I think it's just really tough attracting some players. But Gokres is really a great signing. I know we've not seen much of Gokres today. I can't judge him, right? Obviously, we've not seen much of him, but I think I need to see more of him to give him like a judgment. I can't judge him right now, but I'm hoping that in time as well, in these games, we're going to see a lot more of him as well. So hopefully that'd be a good thing for us to see him a bit more in the game. Obviously, big up to the chat. I'm happy to sort of answer any question. I did read out a bit about what Arteta said in his press conference. I don't know if you guys saw it. Maybe I can get it up on my Twitter actually about Gabriel and Richarlison. Their sort of an argument. I need to find it, guys. Give me a moment. I just thought it said funny. Do you know what annoyed me? Like Richarlison, I don't know if he got like player of the match or something, but he got an award, and basically, I just found it really funny how he just tagged Gabriel and Gabriel put something back to him. I want to share my screen actually again. I just found it quite funny, to be fair. I need to watch it and look at it again. It might be, I'm going to see it on Twitter now. I'm going to share my screen again. So yeah, this was funny. Obviously after the Spurs, after they beat us in Hong Kong, Richarlison tagged Gabriel in a photo of the winners' trophy player of the match, and Gabriel tagged him with all of the I love this. He tagged him with all of the player of the match he's got against him, and I don't know. To me, that just showed me the mentality of them. I just thought that was pretty funny, to be honest with you. Like, I just can't go with that. Richarlison for me is so dislikable. I think he's definitely up there for, I think if you had to pick the most dislikable players in football, Richarlison's up there. But Gabriel won that comeback, so I'm happy about that. But I just found it really funny. I just thought, like, it's a pre-season game, like, relax. I think if we'd won today, I wouldn't have gone crazy about it, because at the end of the day, it is a pre-season game. We don't have to win these games. You want to beat Spurs because it feels weird not beating them, but it isn't the end of the world if you're not going to. It's a pre-season game, and I'm sure, as like I said, we'd all rather lose this one now than lose it when we played them at the start of the season. So I'd rather us get it out of the way now than mess it up at the season. Big up Audi, who says, we no longer see Martinelli getting crosses and heading the ball, shooting a banger goal, or making runs from the middle. He's getting boring. Yeah, I feel like that last season. There's been many games where I feel like that, and people said he's good, he'll come good, but I would really I'd rather keep Trossard. I know Trossard. It's really weird because I was having a debate with someone, does Trossard have a higher ceiling? But I think Trossard, if we're being honest, next season, he's more likely to be a threat to us. He's more likely to help us out a lot more. Like, he can come off the bench, he can change the game, he brings that energy. We saw that today. It is unfortunate he's got an injury, but I think Trossard's going to go anyway. I think we're going to keep Martinelli, but I think that's what will happen. Richarlison is definitely annoying, both on the pitch, but at least it's entertaining for us as fans, yeah. Connell, if we're going to lose to Spurs, let it be a pre-season game. Yeah, exactly. You don't lose when you play them in the Premier League, because we know we have to win the league next season. We have to, or a Champions League. We have to win something really good next season. So I'd rather happen now. I'd rather us get these, bad performances or things out the way. Like I said, I don't think we were bad today. I just feel as though I would like our end product to be better. I'm not going to say we're awful, because we weren't awful, but there were good things to take. There were good performances. As I mentioned, Odegaard was good, but it just would be nice for us to maybe take some of our chances and go for things more. I think Odegaard was quite good today because he wasn't afraid to shoot. He wasn't afraid to do what he usually does, and I think he's not overthinking, which is good. But I just think Martinelli just looked crap. I thought Havertz, I'll be honest with you, I thought Havertz was very predictable. I know, I just don't think Havertz is doing enough for me to feel confident in him. I don't know if he's going through like a confidence issue at the moment, but I do want to see a bit more from Havertz. By the way, Pedro Porro played really well in this match. Arsenal left side really couldn't do much yet. We really struggled to get crosses in the box, like you said, or do anything on the left-hand side. I think on the right, I do think we were trying on the right, but Max Stalin was definitely good at getting those crosses in the box, delivering things, doing things. But I just think on a whole, I think because they defended really well, we really struggled with that, and that's a part of the game that we need to do better on. But yeah, Spurs defended well, and when you defend well, we do struggle to deal with that. So yeah, I think fair play. Big up 170 Gunner, who says, hello gossip, I'm just chatting about the game really. Obviously Eze is potentially happening. I don't think we have long to decide though. I think if anyone's going to get Eze, it probably would be us, but with Arsenal, you know what we're like, so you just never know, and we're going to have to see what happens. Getting Eze and someone else would require Arsenal to move on from either Trossard or Martinelli, because now all four of them isn't sustainable in terms of the wages, in terms of getting everyone enough playing time. Yeah, I think to be honest with you, if it was my way, if you had it my way, I would move on Martinelli and keep Trossard, but I think Martinelli is going to stay. I'm going to get rid of Trossard. I think Trossard. I think his contract expires in 2027, so he would I have heard Arsenal wouldn't want to extend this deal, which, if that's the case, okay. But I also think to myself, I wouldn't want him to go on a free either. I'd want us to get something for Trossard eventually. But yeah, for me, I just feel as though it'd be a shame to see Trossard go. But if we're being honest, if he's not going to be a starter, and he's not happy with that, then I completely understand that, and that's fair enough. Because as you said, Fanache, we're going to see a lot of changes in the team if we're going to bring in more players. So, yeah, I just don't. It's really weird because with Martinelli, I don't know which game it was, but he scored in the Champions League and he scored a great goal. And I thought to myself, why isn't he doing this more often? Like I think Aldi said before, you're not seeing him play as freely, and I just don't understand why that's the case. Is Arteta telling him to play a certain way, or is he sort of lost his confidence? Is he overthinking things? I think it's a good thing to talk about because I do worry about Martinelli. He used to be a lot better. I think now he's not as good as what he used to be. I'm not sure why. I do think Martinelli is good actually as a striker. I think maybe better as that instead of the wing. Hopefully you'll see more of Gokres. I really want to see more Gokres because I think today we can't judge what he's being like because he's only had a little bit of time. We can't really say he's good. He wasn't bad. He wasn't good. He did a good pass, but we need to see like 30 minutes of him first and maybe a first half, maybe a second half. Obviously, we've got a game coming up next week, so I hope you'll see him get more minutes. Big up Arsenal forever who says smash the likes and subscribe. Thank you for your support. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, of course, guys, please do smash those likes and subscribe here if you're watching here. And of course, send any questions you guys have for me. I'm just going to go through the chat and there's a lot of questions here. Time will tell, but it could be that we've seen Trossard in our colours for the last time and we could be working behind the scenes to get something. Yeah, it's all guesswork. We just don't know what's going on. I completely agree with you there. We have to predict, is it happening? I mean, yeah, you just never know when his last game is with Arsenal. And that's a real shame because I like Trossard. I'd be more upset if Trossard went than Martinelli because I think Trossard's got more potential. As we said, Martinelli's play is becoming quite predictable, isn't it? So it would be nice to see more of him, Trossard. Facts, Sophie, we've been really poor in the final third. Our attack is too textbook. We lack players brave enough to be game changers. Yeah, that's why I want Eze because he's sort of a player that's like that, isn't he? So, yeah, I just think we're just too predictable and it's the same repetitive stuff we saw last season. And if we're going to be like this again, then we're not going to see any change. We're not going to win something if we're going to be playing the same. We need to play with more freedom, with more flow and more excitement on the pitch. So I think it's going to be the same result if we're going to see the same stuff. So yeah, I'm hoping that we will have a better season. We'll play a lot better as well next season, but I just don't know at this point. But I do agree with you, we're not being brave enough. I think Odegaard was brave today, definitely gave it a go. Also, it's kind of hard to imagine 2 additions, maybe 1 if any. Yeah, I agree. I feel like Arteta is too obsessed with Havertz. That 65 million Arsenal spent on him has become a burden that forces him to keep playing him. I think Havertz is a really interesting one because it's tough. 65 million is a lot of money, if we're being honest. I mean, that's just a little bit less than maybe what an Eze would be, and we know what a great player Eze is. I do think to myself, Arteta wants to play him for many reasons. Arteta wants to play him because he has seen Havertz get goals in the past. But I do think because of the price tag, maybe he wants to prove he has been worth that with the money he's spent because I'm going to be honest with you, Havertz has been and is a good squad player, but I know Havertz has been a starter, but Havertz for me hasn't justified the money we paid for him. I think he's a good player, but I wouldn't say he's worth 65 million. I think that's a really big amount. And for that amount, I mean, you want to see him score a lot more goals than that, really, and help us in our attack. So I don't feel completely convinced by Havertz at the moment. If I'm being honest with you guys, if Gokres couldn't start for some reason, Gokres couldn't start in the game, I would actually play Marino. I think Marino's really good in the attack, and I think I don't know. I mean, he scored a great goal against Newcastle. He scored a lot of goals last season. So, yeah, I just think he's a lot of money, isn't he? He's been a good player. I'm not saying he's not been good. He has been good, but he's not been what I want him to be. Is basically what I think. But I do agree with you. I think Arteta does have his favourites. I do think that as well. Arteta loves any midfielder who can pretend to be a striker. Do you know what? I think Mourinho's been good. He's not going to be ever number one, but I do think he's a good option to have off the bench. I don't know. I think he's good at finishing. I think last season there was a game where he started when he came on as a striker for the first time. I thought to myself, Havertz will not score what you just did. So I do think they've both got good qualities. Trossard definitely has a better end product. I'd love for Nelly to be world class beater, but just hasn't been happening now. Just it hasn't. He's not. It's not been good. He's really his confidence, his form is just out the window. Big up you guys. I'm just trying to go through all your questions now. Obviously big up to the chat. Who do you think was Arsenal's best player today? Odegaard for me. I think he was probably a lot better than some of these players. I think I know he didn't get a goal, but I thought his performance was quite brave. He wasn't afraid to shoot in some positions that you wouldn't really see him shooting. His passing was great. I just think that we just lacked that end product, like I've said on here, like we've all been saying. Our end product was something that we've really struggled with, and I hope that we can improve on that as well. But yeah, I think he was really good today. He's definitely the one that stood out to me today. I find it bizarre that there has been a big debate, Trossard and Martinelli. No one is sniffing around to buy either. Well, Trossard, there are clubs on Trossard actually. There's Fenerbahce, Atlanta, I think Napoli. I'm not sure about Fenerbahce now, but I know Napoli and Atlanta want him. With Martinelli, I've not heard any clubs recently that want Martinelli. I think it's time to move on. Yeah, I do think so. From not just from today, I think from recently. For being honest, what we're seeing, we just have to see what we see, really, don't we? Havertz is the person taking the most money out of the club, so we have to make it work. Don't know how. He's been a lot of money. We have to make it work. It's 65 million. At the end of the day, if you sold Havertz now, how much are you getting for Havertz? You're not really getting that money back, are we? So I think he hasn't been worth the 65, but I do think he has been a good player, but not as much as I want him to be. I want him to do a lot better than what he has been doing. He's been a very interesting player so far, to say the least. Josh, good to see you here. I'm just chatting about anything, really. I'm chatting a bit about the game. Obviously, feel free to ask for anything anyway. Let's just go back to this. This is going to be a longer season, not because we don't have a good squad, but because it seems like we'll go through a long adoption. Yeah, I do worry as well that some players might take a little longer to gel in the team. Because obviously, I mean, Liverpool might have a similar problem. I think they'll be okay, but with us, as you said, we've got a new midfield. Our attack's probably going to be different. So I wouldn't actually be surprised at the start of the season if we took a little bit of time to gel and then we went on and did really well. So yeah, I do think that it might take us a bit of time, which I'm worried about, but I think we just have to beat United away the first game of the season, just get that done and win. But I do agree with your comment. 170 good. Did you stay awake for that? Well, I did actually video watch on the whole 90 minutes, and that was great. Big up so take that out. Yeah, that was that. It's really weird. I mean, people say it's embarrassing losing to Spurs, but I just think we didn't do enough today. And you can hold your hands up and say they were the better team. We weren't good enough today. I can still see we're very vulnerable to counterattacks. Regardless of the situation, losing Party in the DM role is still... Yeah, I mean, it's really hard because, you know, he was a big part of our midfield last season, and I'm not going to speak about him because we all know what's happened, but I do think our midfield might really struggle next season, so I'm a bit nervous about next season, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think he did, but I think he did. I think he had a touch in a box, and I think that might have been it. He didn't really have much chance, and you know what? Spurs are very defensive. I think it was quite hard for us to create anything. But yeah, we didn't see enough of him. But yeah, our midfield is going to be different next season, and our midfield hasn't. I don't think our midfield was particularly great today. I think when Zubi came on, it helped a bit, but I think we're going to have a lot of problems. I do think we're going to struggle a bit, and with a few for different reasons. But obviously, pre-season is a chance to see how we're going to cope in these situations. So hopefully, we can do better in these moments. Mourinho scored 9 goals in 43 games. I don't think he should start. I'm not saying he should start. I think that if you need to bring someone on, I would rather bring him on after Gokras. You know, if Gokras comes off, I'd see what he can do. But I think Havertz would be that guy. It's not about losing the Spurs, it's about the manner of the loss. We've seen this before many times. Yeah, the performance was just predictable, to be honest with you. I will be honest and say that the last 20 minutes was pretty good. We definitely were trying to make things happen in the last 20 minutes, but I just think, as you said, the end product, these things are predictable. These things have been what we've seen all season. So I think that's definitely something that we need to improve on in the game and not look as predictable. Yeah, I do agree. It's not about losing, it's about how we lost. I do agree. Big up United underscore fan. 345. Did Madueke play? No, he's I think he's on a break, but I think for the game next week against, I think, is it Villarreal we play? Let me just have a look. I think he'll be playing then, hopefully. So I think he's just had a break because he's obviously played football for Chelsea, the Club World Cup, and he needs a bit of a rest. So I think he'll hopefully be playing next week. It's sort of a shame he wasn't able to feature in this game, but obviously good to see him hopefully next week, see what he's like in the team. Hopefully he can help us look more exciting. Sorry, I'll come back to this. Yeah, I answered that. Madueke, hopefully play next week. I'd rather have Arteta play Mendy against teams with tight defences. He has better passing vision in Norgard. Yeah, I think with Norgard, Norgard struggled a bit today. I mean, Mendy had a great shot as well today. He came on, and I thought that was Declan Rice. I was so surprised he went for that. But yeah, I think I'm with you. I think I'd rather him play. I think he will be playing. I think Mendy is going to be the starter next season. I think it'll be him and Rice together. I think they'll both be playing in that partnership, which I'm not complaining. We'll just have to see how it goes. But I think we might struggle with not having the players we will have had last season, but I just hope it can work out for us and we'll do really well. Next season in the midfield, but we're gonna have to see how it goes. But yeah, obviously we've got Villarreal, which is gonna be exciting to see how he can do in that game. Big up Ron. Imagine the fan base if Nani starts really strong this season. I'd be happy if he scores a lot of goals. I think for me, I just want us to look less predictable and more exciting. Because we all know a lot of the times what Martinelli is going to do with the ball. Or, I mean, Saka at times, but Saka is quite good. He's very fast he's very sharp in attack. But I think with Martinelli, I think you can predict what he's going to do. So we want that part of the game to maybe not be there anymore. We want to know. We want to not know what he's going to do, and I think that's the biggest problem at the moment. So we're all going to have to see how he'll get on in the season. But yeah, I do think Martinelli will be here. I do think he'll be that guy for us, unfortunately. But yeah, obviously, big up to all of you guys that are watching. If you've got any questions, I'm enjoying actually answering all your questions. I know today wasn't the greatest, but yeah, it's what it is. Yeah, if you've got any questions, send them through here. And please, guys, do make sure you're liking this video. And there's about 11 of you in here, so big up to all of you. And please do make sure you are subscribed to my channel as well. And yeah, big up to all of you. I'll probably be on here for an hour today, so I'm happy to answer any sort of questions, any thoughts you want to send them through. I will put them on the screen. Yeah, today just wasn't great at all. Big up 170 Gunner. Any gossip on the women? Yeah, there's been a bit, but I think for me, nothing has really gone. Obviously, Laura Viemroyd will leave Arsenal this summer. But I want to know where she's going first before I do a video because I actually don't know where she's going. She could go back to Man City on loan. I did hear a rumour about Beth Mead, but I don't know how true it is. I heard she's going to the NWSL, which I don't think will happen, but I think those have happened with the women's team. Those have been the rumours, but I am waiting to see if there's any more news because I don't want to do a video with not a lot of information, but that's basically the latest on that. I've seen the team in training, which is good, so hopefully the pre-season for the women's team will be back very soon. I don't see any reason for Arteta to keep Havertz as a first choice. He's under pressure to start Gyökeres. For this point on, Havertz should be nothing more than a backup. Yeah, I generally do think Havertz will end up leaving. I do think he will in the future, maybe in 2 seasons. I do agree with you. He's going to be a backup now because we brought Gyökeres in to be a starter at the end of the day. We brought him in to be that guy for us. So I am hoping we are going to see some changes in that position. But let's just see what happens as well with that. But yeah, I do think Havertz should be nothing more than a backup. I completely agree. If Saka leaves next season out of frustration, which team would you want to play for? Well, I'd rather him not play in the Premier League. Like if he if he had to leave and he wanted to go, I'd say okay, I get you. We've not won stuff for a while. I would rather him go to a different league. Because I couldn't bear him. I couldn't bear to be in the league with him. Um, I don't know. I mean, out of the league, if I had to pick, I'll pick a team in the league. I pick a team in that league hypothetically. I wouldn't have a problem him going to like a Bayern. I mean, I just don't want to see him in the league. It would be very difficult. I mean, I'd see it if I do see him go anywhere. I'd see him go to a club at Liverpool with that history there, the success. I wouldn't see him go to Man City where they didn't have that big history. So if it came down to it, I'd rather him go out in a different league, maybe in the Champions League, a different team. But I just couldn't face him in the league. I think it'd be hard to play against, but it'd be hard to play up against him because we have that love for him. But I couldn't. I don't think Saka's going to leave anytime soon. But I wouldn't be surprised if he does leave soon. With the amount of wages we are paying Havertz, we have to. That's the problem. That Arteta's got that problem now. He's paid so much for him that he probably has to play him a lot. Yeah, he probably feels like he has to get that money's worth out of him and play him all the time. But yeah, he didn't do much to Havertz. I don't think he did much at all. I can't remember a time where he did much. I just don't remember much of Havertz today. I'm mostly baffled by Arsenal didn't go in for D-Lap as a backup. Only 30 million, yeah, I don't know either. As I've said during the watch, I'm going to put you back on earth talking about the players and the management. If you were thinking that adding a couple of exciting players gets you the world, this is the positivist. A win would have papered over the cracks. Now they should recognise that the team needs signings and tactical tweaks and that work isn't done. Yeah, I think it definitely shows you what needs to happen with the team because I do completely agree with you. I think that not enough really happened today. Like you said, I think if we'd won today, it would have probably told us that we're doing good. We've won all of our pre-season games, but it's like when we won the FA Cup and we were 8th, that did paper over the cracks, didn't it? It told us that we were doing better on paper. We were successful on paper, but we had a terrible season. So, yeah, I think we definitely needed, for me, if I had it my way, I would definitely bring in a winger and Eze. I mean, obviously for me, it's very difficult because I think Odegaard, I'm really impressed with Odegaard at the moment. I think he's doing really good and I'm hoping that he could continue that. But I think having that rotation with him and Eze would be good. And when you get left winger, wise, there's a lot of players you could go for. I mean, Anthony Gordon isn't a bad option. It's really hard to pick who we will go for in the end, but I think we definitely have to go for someone. But if I'm being honest, I think we're going to bring in one more player, and I think that might be it. And obviously, I hope that isn't the case, but I think it will be the case. So yeah, we're just gonna have to see how we do manage with that. But yeah, we need to make some changes. The window's still open. The window will be open for a little while as well, so it's not going to be shut anytime soon. But we need to make sure that we do make some changes sooner than later, especially with Eze. So I really hope that can be the case for us, and we can make some changes in the team. I'm surprised by Leverkusen haven't had a sniff around and tried to bring Kai back. Do you know what I do wonder? If a good price came for Havertz, would Arsenal take it? He cost 65 million. If they offered 50, would you take it? I probably might think about it. It cost 65 million, which honestly is a lot of money considering that we paid Gokres was 63 million euros and 73 million euros, but it's sort of not much higher than what Havertz was. So yeah, I'm interested to see. It does tell you a lot when there's clubs that are interested in some of your players. We've got a lot of players that we need to shift, and I don't think we're going to get rid of them anytime soon, to be honest. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see how we are going to shift some of these players on. It's going to be really difficult, I think. Because a lot of these players are going to be hard to sell. As we said, the wages, the money, injuries, these are all the big factors in these are all, what matters. So yeah, I'm hoping that we're gonna try and generate some money somehow. But yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do next. I really don't, honestly. I think it's gonna be really difficult to move on some of these players at the moment. But yeah, I'm really interested to see how it is gonna go the rest of this window. I mean, so far it's just shown today that that isn't enough. I do want to see more of Max Darling though. Actually, I think he could have came on a little bit earlier. I think Arteta could have made these subs earlier, to be honest with you. But hopefully, we'll see some of these subs made earlier in the future. But only time will tell what we are actually going to do here. But yeah, it wasn't a great day today, was it really, guys? It wasn't our best performance. Big up Gunnar, who says, great show. Thank you so much, Gunnar. Big up the chat. Obviously, big up to all of you. I'm really enjoying answering your questions. And yeah, please make sure you're liking the show, guys, and subscribing if you haven't already. And yeah, big up the chat. I'm really enjoying chatting with all of you today. Thank you so much, Gunnar. I'd love to see a table which shows a player's weekly wage and core contribution. Can you imagine Arsenal's? It's really crazy because we have a lot of players that don't actually start and they get like probably 100k a week or 150k. Because I can't remember this exactly, but I was watching a podcast and someone said that I think when Kivior was I can't remember where Kivior was from, but when we got Kivior, his wage was really low when he came to Arsenal, and he gets like 50k a week or something, or a little bit more than that, and it's crazy because Kivior's great, don't get me wrong, but if you don't start a lot, you shouldn't really get paid as much as the other players. You can just be sitting on the bench and not not getting paid, as not helping the team out. I mean, getting paid a lot, so it just tells you a lot, doesn't it, about football now and about the wages that we pay players. I don't think we should be paying them this much money, but we do anyway, and it's just crazy to me. So yeah, I do think that's a bit of a problem. I think that's it just blows my mind as we're talking about now, how much some of these players do actually get paid. I think it's just crazy to me, and it shouldn't happen. But yeah, it's how football is nowadays, unfortunately. I don't know how much we used to pay players back in the day, though. I mean, when we've had some of the best players we've had at Arsenal, how much did they get paid? Probably not even the amount Saka or whoever gets paid now. So it's interesting how football has really changed and moved on over these years. How much footballers get paid now as well. It's crazy how much they get paid. I think I just can't get my head around it. But obviously, big up to you guys. If you've got any questions, send them through. Like I said, I'll be on here for about 15 to 20 more minutes. I mean, this has honestly been really enjoyable chatting with all of you. I've really enjoyed it. Just chatting with all of you tonight as well. I'll be back tomorrow as well. I'll probably be back in the afternoon. Maybe there's going to be more updates there, but it's gone all quiet now since we've signed all these players. There hasn't been as much updates, which is a bit of a nuisance, but I'm hoping we are going to hear some more updates maybe tomorrow, over, hopefully soon over the weekend. So yeah, hopefully we'll hear some updates about Eze or about whoever we are going to get. We're not going to get Eze, as I said, we've got to get someone else in the door. So let's just see what is going to happen as well. Over these next few days, over the weekend. Obviously, we've got the game against Villarreal. I want to see Gokres get more time in that game, so hopefully he'll get more minutes as well. I big up the chat. I'm just going to be back in a minute. I'm just going to get a drink. I'll be back in 2 minutes, but send in a question if you guys want, and I'm happy to answer it. But I'll be back in 1 sec. I won't be long. Hey guys, I'm back. I hope you all can hear me okay as well. We have Aldi who says, I hope the players will just rediscover their form and comfort once they return to London. Maybe the different weather will help them feel more at ease. Yeah, I think we have a lot of new signings as well. So I mean, obviously, you can't really judge Gokras of a square today. They literally didn't have much time at all, so you can't really judge them too much. But I do agree. I think when we play at Villarreal, I think it's at the Emirates. I'm sure. Let me just check. Obviously, we've got some games coming up. Yeah, we don't have many. Yeah, I also play Villarreal, which I presume is at the Emirates. I'm not too sure. Let me know, guys. I think it'll be Emirates. 6th of August. And then we have Arsenal at first, Athletic Club, which is at the Emirates, which is a cup final. And then, just want to be honest with you guys, it's really interesting. We have we play on the 9th and then we play on the 17th, but it is a bit of a break there. I know we need a bit of a break anyway, but I am interested to see how we will do in that game. But yeah, I think we don't have many games left. We've got like 2 games left, so I think we just need to make the most of it and try new things. Arteta doesn't try new things really in these games, but I think we need to make the most of them and just try new things, go for it, and see what you can do. And I think we have to test new things out in these games. It's the time to do it. If you are going to do it at any point, we should do it now. So hopefully we'll do that as well. But yeah, I think it's hard because players will go through from like confidence and then they'll be back to themselves again. But I'm hoping, like you said, they'll be at ease again when they're back at home, Arsenal and London. But yeah, I hope we have a good season. We have to win silverware. That's the most important thing for me coming up in the season. So hopefully that'll be the case for us and we will do that. But yeah, it's been. I think this game is just the how we played is the biggest problem. So I'm hoping that we will really improve in that aspect of the game and do a lot better, and just pick up our form and yeah, do a lot better, do the best we can do. But we need to improve for sure, because these performances haven't been particularly great, have they? I just think that it's the end product for me that's the biggest problem. I don't think we had problems like creating chances today. I just think that when we were in the box, we just couldn't finish our dinner. We just couldn't do much there. I know Spurs defended well, and it was difficult to do that, but we did have chances. Our set pieces were quite poor, I thought, today. I know Spurs again defended that really well, but I think that's something that we struggled with in this game. So I definitely think there's so much that needs to be practiced on with like set pieces as well. I think we are going to struggle against low block teams next season, which we have done for a while, and we've just got to find the best way to deal with those sort of teams. So I'm hoping that that is something that we will be able to get past and do well in. So I'm really hoping that we'll just be able to improve in that aspect of the game as well. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of improvements to take. And as someone said, if we won today, it would have probably papered over the cracks anyway. So I think there's definitely a lot of lessons to be learned in this game today for sure. But yeah, I do think we need to just see how it goes in the next game as well. Obviously, guys, if you have any questions, do send them through, as I'll probably end this in about 10 minutes time. I just wanted to go on here for a little bit today, chat with you guys, and have a little therapy session afterwards, after the game. So I did want to go on here and have a chat with you all. And if you've got any questions, send them through as well. Yeah, but I'm back tomorrow anyway. I'll be back in the afternoon probably. But yeah, I'm hoping we'll hear some more news tomorrow. There'll be more updates on things. So hopefully we'll hear more news on that. I think we need some more news anyway, don't we? We need more exciting things to happen as well. But yeah, I'll tell. Gokras has actually spoken about something here. I might actually share my screen actually before I end this in about 10 minutes time. I'm just going to try and bring it up. Just give you guys 1 second. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, I'm going to share my screen now, guys. I'm going to share my screen because I want to just read out what Gokras has said, according to Fabrizio Romano. So yeah, I just want to give you guys an update as well. Obviously Gokras has spoken and he says it's an honour for me to put on the Arsenal shirt. And yeah, he said, it's unfortunate, it feels like a shirt number of a lot of history. I hope to contribute with my qualities to achieve our common goals. My agents work throughout it to the best interest of me. I'll just see if there's any more news about this. Obviously Fabrizio just tweeted a lot as well. I'm going to have a look if there's any news about Gokras. He's always a big talking point when it comes to Arsenal anyway, so let's just see if there's any more updates. Obviously, yeah, this is just another picture of him making his debut. It's nice to see him in the kit. It's actually nice to see him for once. There, we don't really get to see a lot of him. But yeah, good to see him as well. I shouldn't see if there's any updates on Gokras or anything. Yeah, he came on 76 minutes, so yeah, that was funny. That you know he's going to be a good player, they really do. But good to see Gokras get minutes as well today. He didn't get a lot of minutes today, really, but it's better than nothing. I just see if there's any more Arsenal news to obviously chat with you guys about. As I'm sure there will be. I think I pretty much told you guys anyway about things. Oh yeah, so Marino spoke about the loss actually. He said, let me just come down a bit here. He says, after the Arsenal loss to Tottenham today, it's not the result we wanted. Obviously, winning is the priority for us, but in pre-season, there are the other things that we have a lot of value, like getting fit, keeping that connection with the fans in this amazing city. We adapted quickly to the pitch to the opponent. I think we dominated most of the game. The result is obviously the worst part, but we have to take the positives. Fair play. You have to just take it and move on. To be honest with you, it's good to see the support there. But yeah, it's not been ideal, has it, having these injuries as well. But yeah, I should check if there's anyone who's as it's that as a situation is just driving me nuts. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's just I just want to get it done, bring him here, and that should be it. Will you watch the Emirates Cup match live? I will. I'm gonna be doing a watch song for that game actually, so check that out. Have you watched a documentary video about Gokras' transfer process to Arsenal? I watched a little video of him coming to Arsenal, but I don't know if that was the same one. But I will definitely check the other one out if I've missed it. But I did see when he came to Arsenal that sort of day of that, which was obviously good to see. I'm happy he's come to Arsenal. I'm really happy that he's here now, which is obviously good news to hear. So yeah, I'm happy he's an Arsenal player now, which is obviously what we all want to hear anyway. But yeah, obviously pick up to you guys. I'm going to end this in a few minutes. If you've got any last questions, send them through. Please make sure you are obviously subscribing and liking this video. I will be back tomorrow, like I said. I appreciate your support as well. My watch along today on my video tonight. It's been lovely to chat with all of you, whether you're new, whether you're regular. It's always good to chat with you guys. I'm hoping by tomorrow we are going to hear some more news, because I think the feeling around Arsenal is a bit depressed, a bit doom and gloom. So I'm hoping we're going to hear some more news pretty much soon. But yeah, big up to you guys. Gokras truly prioritised Arsenal and he loves this club. I hope Arteta understands that and gives him the space to score a lot of goals. I hope he's going to be a starter. I really hope he is. I'm worried that he won't be. I know at the moment he's not had a lot of training sessions, so he can't start a lot of the games, but I do hope that he will have a big part to play in our season when it starts. Obviously, United away is the first game, the one that matters the most, so I'm hoping that we are going to see him play in those games and feature when it matters the most. So yeah, I'm interested to see when he will be starting and which games he will be featuring in as well. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna have to see what will happen in these moments. So yeah, hopefully, he will be a big part to play in Arsenal. As you mentioned, he did prioritise us. He picked us, and he didn't have to pick us. He could have gone to other clubs, but he wanted Arsenal, so that speaks volumes to me. Big up Aldi. Thanks for the live stream, Sophie. I'm heading out now. Big up. See you next stream. Big up Aldi. I'm going to end this anyway in a minute or two. So thank you for tuning in. Always good to see you here. Yeah, big up to the chat as well. Obviously, there's 9 of you in here, so make sure you're liking and subscribing. And of course, yeah, I'll be back in my next video, which will be tomorrow or probably afternoon. Take care. Have a good day. You too, Aldi. Good to see you here. Hope you have a good day or night, whatever you are in this world. Yeah, I'll be back. I'm back tomorrow. I will let you guys know. I will let you guys know when I'll be back. I should be back in the afternoon anyway, so yeah, I'll be back then. Thank you all for watching my video today. It's been lovely to chat with all of you. This has gone so quick. I'm not gonna lie, these shows always go really quick. But yeah, thank you so much for your support today. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I hope you'll have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, whatever you are, guys. And yeah, I really appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much for that shape. Thank you, Ron, as well. Big up, Ron. Big up to all of you guys that are here. Aldi, it's been so lovely to chat with all of you. I said this has gone so quick. So big up to all of you guys that are here, that have been here today. And yeah, thank you so much for your support. It's very, very much appreciated as well. And yeah, like I said, we're back tomorrow. I'm hoping there'll be more news tomorrow, because I think we need to hear some exciting news. Maybe some outgoings will happen soon. I'm sure Nelson's going to go. I'm sure we're going to see some outgoings, but it'd be nice to see some players come in as well. But yeah, we're back tomorrow, hoping we'll hear more news then. But yeah, have a great day, everyone, and take care, and I'll see you very soon.